All right, I'm in the process of planning for a stump bucket. And I don't know how it's gonna work out. Trying to find my tape measure. That way I can give y'all some measurements. This way, about 11.5 inches. That way on 23 3/4. That's just a piece I already had. That's why it's that particular size. I'm trying to use what I can out of it. This won't be the bottom. That's just gonna be scrap. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna kind of make it a square-sided, squared bottom one. I've thought about and looked at different designs and stuff, and I think if you have the sides trued up more like a backhoe bucket, that it'll be easier to dig instead of it flared out in the back and there in the front and stuff, because that's going to cause resistance. The front's not going to cut the path of the back out. That's just my thoughts on it. I ain't decided if I'm going to buy a skid steer plate to attach it with, or go ahead and build me one. We'll get the bucket built and then I'll decide on that. This is going to be the bottom. Get it lined up with my blade, tighten this down. And nice clean cut. Okay, I've got it tacked together. It's actually upside down right now. This is the bottom. I got it tacked up, got it squared, and tacked this brace on the back side to hold it in place while I go ahead and weld this. Then I'll take this off when I weld the scoop part to the skid steer plate. I'm gonna go ahead and get that welded up because I don't have my measurements and things I need for the skid steer plate yet, so I'm gonna try to get the bucket part took care of, and then work on that. I left that little bit right there at the end in the corner. I'll weld that when I weld it to the quick attach plate. I'll get it flipped over and weld the other side. Now I've got a cutting edge cut out to put on it. I just kind of free-handed that with a torch, put a little bevel on them and stuff, and I'll slide it up under there and weld it, and that'll reinforce the front of the bucket too. I left it a little bit wide where I weld on the outside edges. I always get at least 4 corners tacked before you do any welding. I may come back and double pass that front to sort of taper it up a little better. I was going to show you what I got done. I took this home last night and tacked the skid steer plate together where I had the tractor there, and I didn't have a solid plate big enough that was a 1/2 inch thick to use, and I didn't have any square tubing. I'd like to have some heavy square tubing to make this out of in a way, but anyways, what I ended up doing, I went ahead and put a back in the bucket, took a piece of 6 inch by 1/2 inch flat bar on the top and bottom, took a piece of 4 inch by 3/8 in the middle, more so as a spacer, and then this is 1/2 inch on the bottom where the coupler is going to be, or the pins go in. I've still got to cut the slots out for it. I only used 1/4 inch because I had a piece of 1/4 inch by 2 flat bar for the top rail. I'm going to come back and plate over it on the ends where that the most of the force is going to be when you roll back. This plate is in there to keep this lip from krilling up, and this is welded on the outside and up on the inside. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's welded up in there too for the length of where the coupler slips up in. So it's coming together. We'll probably go ahead and cut my slots in it, and I guess this side's pretty much done. I'll probably put them plates on top and then I'll flip it over and weld the other side. Alright, I'm gonna try to get my stump bucket finished today. It's one of them deals that's been ongoing. Can't even remember what I covered last. As far as the construction of it, I think I got a little short clip of unloading it out of the truck one day in another video. What I did, I built a bucket part at home, or at school. Brought that home to where I could build the skid steer plate here with the tractor instead of taking the tractor up there. So got all that tacked up, took it back up there, and welded it all together one day. Now I need to put a couple braces in it. I need to trim my holes just slightly. It won't hardly latch. I need to trim the latch holes out just a little bit. When I built it and when I cut this material, I didn't know my measurements exactly, so I made it just a little bit long. Then I come back in and put these spacers to shim it down to where it's good and tight. On this, I come in here and welded, this is 1/4 inch flat bar by 2 inch that comes across there for the top of your skid, your quick attach plate or coupler to set up in. And then I come back in above it and welded a 1/2 inch thick plate on each side right over those sections to stiffen them up. Along with, I got this plate here welded back in as a brace so that this coupler can't raise up that way, and it's welded inside and outside. Basically just kind of scrapped around and found stuff I had, oddball pieces and things, and just kind of designed it to where it would work that way. If I'd bought all the materials to do it, yeah, it would have turned out better because I'd have bought what we needed. I mean, if I'd bought all new materials. So, yeah, that worked pretty good. I think it'll look good once I get it all finished up. I believe I'll probably paint it. A lot of times I don't paint stuff I build, but I think I will this. These are AR plate. The sides, the cutting edge in the front and the back is. The bottom is not. The bottom's mild steel. But this front cutting edge goes up about 6 inches under the front of it, which is where your wire's going to be, and that'll be fine. No more than that'll be used. I'd been comfortable using 1/2 inch mild steel on the whole thing. But I'm gonna put a couple braces in right here. I'm gonna have to notch this corner out, but I'm gonna put a brace in, something like that, to weld up into that so this piece doesn't bend, which I don't think it would, but I'm gonna do it just as a safety. I just gotta notch that out to where it'll fit in there. But I'm gonna try to get it finished up today is my plan. I noticed a lot of people has these stump buckets, especially the Artesian style. Rock Hill Farms has one. I think Purple Collar Life might have. I don't know if they got the stump bucket or not, or maybe they're going to get it. John Ritter from Ritter Biddle Do, pretty sure he's got the stump bucket for his Artesian fork frame. I've seen them all used. They do good on smaller stuff, especially. Also, Good Works Tractors. I saw where he's manufacturing a stump bucket to sell. He actually posted where you could apply to be like a tester, I guess, of his product design. the day after I built this. And it'd been nice to have got one of those to have tried out and seen how it done. But I think he's more designed up to like 35 horsepower tractors, 40 maybe. I don't think it goes up to the 60 to 70 horsepower range. This one might not either. Might fall apart when I go to use it, but I don't believe it will. I think it'll stand up to the forces. But if you're looking for a stump bucket, you might want to check out one of those two places. That they both look like they make pretty good products. Good Works Tractors. I don't know if he's got his for sale yet. I don't think he does, but he will soon. But anyways, I'm gonna try to get this one finished up. Alright, y'all ready to see the final product on the stump bucket slash trenching bucket? Here it is. I think it turned out decent. I'm not 100% satisfied with it, but it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. I got my sticker crooked. Apparently these stickers are not straight. They've got a little curve to them, and I was trying to even that curve a little bit this way and a little bit that way to where it arched right there, but typical me fashion, it didn't work out. I think these little things that we added on today, I think helps the looks of makes it look like a more finished product, and it's definitely gonna help with the strength as far as the pulling force right in here when you're curling back. It's gonna pull all across this whole area instead of just in the center, and maybe keep from bowing that out. But I'm anxious to try it out, so once I get it out and start testing it, I'll get some video and we'll see how it does. But if y'all will, please like, subscribe, and comment, and we will catch you on the next one.